was only joking. But when I look at let's talk a little bit about the band itself. What is the difference between you ladies doing it on your own now with your own show, opposed to how you did it with the band? What do you? Is it good,
Wow.
better,
You know
worse?
what's interesting?
Mhm.
So people may not know this, but the tracks that everybody hears is the band. Right. Okay.
Oh,
We
okay,
have the original tracks.
nice.
The only difference, like any other live performance, is the absence of bodies. Right.
Okay,
You know what I'm saying?
And the
Because
people you can turn around and say,
okay,
Tommy, that's too fast.
It's
You're
too
going too
fast.
fast with those drums.
Right.
There's of course a different dynamic and a different energy on stage when the band was present. And we had, let me tell you something. We loved those guys and still do. We still love those guys. Close to them. We're close to them still.
good.
But that road that going out on the road and you become a family.
Right,
There's a pocket.
Say it, Bonnie. Say it.
When you're doing live with a band. There's
right,
a pocket.
right.
And I know it's like when we did our Start of a Romance album, the band, we weren't in there with the band.
Okay.
And it was totally different. It was like a disconnect. We had just happened to be very fortunate that we have a musical director that put together our tracks, and we were fortunate that Randy and Sade released those
Yes.
masters for
Nice.
us to get the real
The
true
original. Right.
Sky sound, and that's why our tracks are so good, and we are able to still feel that pocket, even though we don't have the guys, behind
Behind
us.
you. Right. Now I remember watching I think it was, I don't know if it was 2 years ago. You guys went to either Italy or France.
France.
How was that experience? What was that like? Because I know you had a band behind you.
Oh
How was
my
that?
goodness. You know what? Let me tell you. We were so surprised. Now we were very nervous about that because we're kind of spoiled by being used to our guys, playing for us. And they actually sent us a rehearsal track of their playing. But one of the things that we came to realize about the French musicians, they love American funk music. They emulate it even in their so-called original songs. I just got a song from Magoo. Boutemi Magoo was the band leader for the band we used in France. He just sent me a track, and I'm gonna send it to you, Book Bless, and you'll see what I'm talking about. They love that American black funk music.
Love it.
And the interesting, and then there was the bass player.
No English?
No, never spoke English.
Magoo was there. Magoo spoke good.
Yeah,
Very good
Magoo was
English.
the only
And
one.
the two background singers, they spoke English.
Right.
But I have to tell you, that little bass player, Frederic Loki, he did not speak any English, but he played that bass
line.
exactly like Gerald LeBon.
Wow.
Okay? He nailed it.
Wow.
Now, they didn't follow our cues so well, but that wasn't the point. That's not
Didn't matter. We did it 2
because
hours.
the thing is, when you work with your band, there's certain turnarounds. See, the audience wouldn't really be aware of that, but there's certain turnarounds. Maybe there's a double up on an instrument. Maybe there's a guitar lick or something that tells us, oh, we're moving into the next whatever, right? So they were kind of missing that, but otherwise
They were great.
They played our music. They're one of the only bands
that really nailed it, huh?
Yes, that nailed it.
Wow. Now, how many did you do? How many shows did you do over there? Was it a tour?
We did one show.
One show. Okay.
1 hour and a half. Yeah, one show.
And where was that at? What venue?
It was in Lyon.
Lyon. Oh, okay.
And Lyon is again a funk capital. Okay. And that place what held about 600 people, 700 people, about 700 people, and it was packed.
Nice.
And people were coming with our albums in the shopping.
Oh my goodness, Bonnie.
The actual album.
The actual
Wow.
albums, all 10 of them, in a shopping bag for us
sign.
Beautiful.
And because we did about an hour and a half,
2 hours,
almost a 2-hour meet and greet.
Yeah.
Nice.
Because
Nice.
everybody about us going. That's why we were so looking forward to going back there.
Going back,
because
yeah.
this time we were actually going to be in Paris. Which we didn't get to see because Leon.
Okay.
Paris. Yes, because Leon was quite a few miles south of Amsterdam. Right. No, Geneva. We flew into Switzerland. But yeah, so that's why we kind of really missed going there this year because we were looking to repeat that experience. But
That's nice. That's nice. Now look, you just did an unsung as well, right?
yeah,
And it was phenomenal. I learned some things. I didn't know about the brass construction part. I didn't know that.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't know that. I had no idea. And I talked to Austin about that and was like, wow. And I spoke to you about it. I was a little, okay, brass construction, because I remember having their album back in the projects in the Bronx back in the day on Saturday morning. I used to love that. Yeah. Wow, that's amazing. That's amazing. Have you sang on any other records besides Sky and Brass Construction? What else have you done?
Yes, we're on a Randy Muller produced Mark Radice, and who was the Charles Erlin. The jazz. A lot of people may not know who
jazz.
he is.
Jazz.
Charles Erlin was a very well-known jazz artist at the time. A guy named Cameron. We did background vocals on him. We also did a commercial for Deltona Homes in Florida.
Oh, really? Okay.
In Florida.
Who was that other girl that we did background vocals from her?
Another person that Randy produced. I can't remember. We also did a Wiz.
A Wiz.
We did a remake of the songs from the Wiz.
Really?
Background on that as well.
Okay. Now, individually, have you ever recorded on your own a song by yourself? Any of you?
Well, I've worked with one of the French artists. Actually, we met this gentleman when we went to back. He loved our music so much that he did a remake of one of our songs. And so I have been in touch with him for 5, 6, probably 10 years now, really. What was it? That started romance. Show me the way. Show me the way. Show me the way. See? That's why I need a.
That is so funny. That's so funny you mentioned that record because that's the next one. Go ahead.
Oh, that's funny.
I'm telling you, I have it queued up right now. Love that record.
He did a world mix of Show Me the Way. And I have sung on 2 of his songs that he's done with his sister. Mustafa Mabargi, and his sister's name is Zubida. I love saying that. Zubida. But she's so sweet. They came to visit in New York once, and me and her wound up singing at a karaoke at the Red Lobster on 125th Street.
Well, okay, all right.
That sounds like Zubida.
because karaoke at Red Lobster.
That's funny.
And you know what's funny about her? She doesn't speak any English either. But man, when it comes to mimicking me, she's really good.
She has so many things.
Side of the romance. Side of the romance. She got the whine of my voice and everything to make me laugh.
Wow, that's crazy.
But they're great people.
That's nice. All right, so listen, we're going to get into Show Me the Way to Go. Give me a thumbs up if you hear it. Another funky track by the ladies of Sky. Well, this will put you on the dance floor, ladies and gentlemen. The legends are in the building. Let's go.
Just wanna let you Show me the way to love. Show me. Show me the way. Show me. Baby. Show me the way. Show me the way. Show me. Show me the way. I'm in need of some direction. And I'm ready for love, ready for love, ready for love, yeah. So let's get to it, to it, to it, to it. Show me the way to go. Yeah. Wanna give it all to you, boy. Just wanna let you know. So pretty love. Show me the way to go. Now that I found you, just wanna let you know.
Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. I love that track. I love that track.
You
I
know,
gotta,
that was one of my favorite ones.
oh,
too.
yeah? Oh, that's, I love that.
That Randy Muller. That Randy Muller.
Yeah? Oh,
That was a
that,
very hard song.
on the stage.
That
Really?
was a hard song to do.
what was hard about it?
It was the
Well,
show me.
Yes, because what people don't realize, and now because of technology,
Right.
we used to sing every single one of those backgrounds.
That's
See, now you sing it one time really
And
good,
And they punch it
then
in.
you can take it
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
punch it in wherever they
Sang
need
every
it.
single one.
And Randy, that's why I love him as in terms of the end product, what he would get out of us.
Yes.
Because remember, we were trained to sing like in chorus, so there was this very sort of proper way to pronounce words.
Every word.
Yes, pronouncing all the INGs and all of that. We had to unlearn that when we got in the studio with Randy, but he always was about nuance, and so those show me the way. He would want things expanded, and we would have to do that in sync. And in
And turn around and switch notes.
yes, he was good for that.
He was good for us switching notes, and
Wow.
he would do sometimes 8 tracks and switch notes.
Wow.
Now,
Wow.
Denise, you sing the note Bonnie was singing. Bonnie sing the note Dolores was singing.
Dolores
Dolores
sing
sing
the note.
Denise's note. Right. And what happens is, you would get this. That's why we sound the way we sound.
Right.
That's why when people listen to us, they're like, wow, why does that feel that way? Because Randy just was smart enough to, drive us absolutely insane. But the product, the work product,
come out.
was premier.
Right. Now, Solomon, right? I think I saw in Unsung, he lived there in Brooklyn and in the basement.
In the basement.
What was that about? Did you record actual records down there, or was that just rehearsal, or what was it? What's going on?
So that was the rehearsal space, but it was also the test kitchen. Dolores called it. What
Okay.
was the one?
The test kitchen. Whenever we were up for to do a new album, whatever, and Solomon asked whoever had something new that they were writing, and he wanted to hear it, to bring it to him, and the basement was where we tested it out first.
Okay.
And a lot of the demos.
Right, and some of the demos were done down
songs
in
that Solomon wrote would be,
Yeah.
we would do in that basement. Yeah, that basement
Nice.
was home central, man.
right.
Command central for everything. Yeah.
So listen, when you came back home, when you guys came back home, you did your tour, your first time coming home, how did the people in your neighborhood, how did they look at you? Was it the same? Was it different?
Crazy.
Yeah?
Crazy.
This is my thing. I am, how we are, Les. I'm a regular person.
Absolutely.
Right? So irrespective of how people's reaction, because sometimes I think people go a little too overboard. I don't mind congratulations and but I don't need to be overly praised for what I do because this is a gift.
Yes.
And if this gift were removed from me tomorrow,
Still be the same.
how would you how would you
Perceive us.
feel
Right, how
and
would you feel
perceive
about
us about without this gift? Okay, so we try to just remain regular people and humble. Humble, yes, that's the word. Humble. The humility, generates just being regular, and so people get really excited, and they're like, "Oh my goodness, but they don't necessarily recognize us on the street.
They would, but you know what? Right. I think they would recognize us, but then they wouldn't be sure. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's like they see you and they know, I think that's them.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that is because, A, we're not.
Because we're in the grocery store. They don't imagine that you're doing something normal.
Right. And we're not all made up.
They don't imagine.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
We're
shopping. You be in the pharmacy.
Right.
And you can tell that sometimes people would, and they look, and because you're not really being a
we don't have an air. We don't have an air.
And then, like I was right after the Unsung, I went in a 7-Eleven, and the girl was standing in front of me. And she turns around and she said, "Oh my, I just saw you on Unsung. I just saw you on Unsung." And I said, "Yes, that was me." And she's telling her husband, "We just saw her." And so that was something to be in a store.
Right. That's nice, though. That's nice.
Yeah. And this person just watched me.
Wow.
Unsung, and she said, "I watched it because y'all were always one of my favorite groups." Right. So, we have a humility about us. Like you said, you know us. You've been around us long enough to know that how we roll.
Exactly.
And that's how we've always been.
Okay, that's cool. That's cool. Now, the Unsung experience. First of all, how long did it take to film? What was the? I already know. How long did it take? Did you have any type of creative control or some say so? Did they really dig deep? Did they give you the story that you wanted to really portray? Did they do the right thing for you?
We gave them the story that we wanted them to portray.
Okay, and they followed it.
Yes, and well, this is how interesting that process is. So they interviewed all of us individually
on different days.
On different days.
Ah, okay.
And you don't get the questions in advance.
No.
And it's interesting how they then build the show, because we were like get the popcorn when it came out. We were like, wait a minute, what happened next?
Oh, really? Wow. Okay.
And it's 2 hours. Mm-hmm. They tape you for 2 hours.
Right. So they tape you for two hours.
You send them pictures.
Right. And we sent all the we dug in. Oh my goodness, those pictures are still not back in their original places. But imagine they interviewed all of 10, 12 people who had different, views. came in at different times of whatever, our experience was. And I think they put such a great legacy story together on us. And one of the interesting things Austin made a point about, Austin, our last keyboard player, did a lot of filming of us on the road. And because of what he had, Austin took it and had it all transferred to CD. So we were very fortunate that we had that footage.
Yeah.
So when you look at it and you see me doing some crazy thing, and that was Vinny, because Vinny was at every show filming everything all the time. So I couldn't imagine how useful that was going to ultimately become. Right. And I think that the story that they told was just the way it was. We had our highs, we had our lows, and I was particularly happy that they carried it through. Ladies of Sky still carrying on the Sky legacy. Yes.
Okay, so now you come out with your first album, your first single. What was the first single that actually made some noise when you first started? First time around. Okay.
Well, it made noise and it made a little peep. Right, because it was not a national. No. It was not a national hit. It was very club because it was club oriented. It had a very it didn't have a very wide reach.
Right, but it was a club.
Success.
It was a big club.
DJs
really hopped on it.
DJs really embraced it.
So what was the first major hit?
I would say High and Here's to You.
And here's to
It's
you.
when people I
started
think
getting a little more
started
momentum.
to notice, and then that's what put us on Soul Train. You know what I'm
Soul
saying?
Train.
So when you start going that route, then the radio stations a lot of times follow, the promoters follow. So High, Here's to You, all of those songs put us on. Here's to You, really put us on the TV shows.
Right. Now, when you went to Soul Train, I'm glad you brought that up. When you went to Soul Train, you're from Brooklyn, like normal people used to watch Soul Train on Saturday mornings, right?
Yeah.
When you stepped onto that Soul Train stage, that had to blow your mind.
Yes,
That had to blow your mind.
What? We were fans of the dancers. Okay, we.
Everybody,
You know, we walked in there like, where is the little Chinese girl? You know,
Right,
we didn't know anybody's name. You know,
right.
Where is the big tall guy, light skinned guy with the
Right,
mustache?
with the hats. Yeah.
Louis C. Carr.
Right.
Austin and I actually went to California 3 years ago and met him. I went on Facebook. I'm like, I love you. And he was like, I remember you too, because we were all anxiously waiting for Sky to come.
Wow.
But yeah, I mean, that was
go on, you know what it is,
Yeah.
to go on shows that you watch, that you sat
Exactly.
on TV. It was even that, I can't just say it was Soul Train. It was American Bandstand.
I was going to ask you about that next.
It was American Bandstand.
Wow.
Before Soul Train.
Yeah.
So we were really young when American Bandstand, watching American Bandstand.
Oh yeah, I was with you.
And fortunately enough, that was the time that I was replaced by Dorothy Bragg because I was home pregnant with my daughter. But Dick Clark was one of the only ones that said, "This is not one of the sisters. Where is she?"
Really?
He was the only one that acknowledged out of like all the other times that I was not there, and I thank him from the bottom of my heart for that.
Well, you know what? Wow, you just brought up something I didn't know. You just told.
You didn't know that?
No.
That wasn't her?
No, and who's this other young lady? Who is she?
Dorothy
Her
Bragg.
name was Dorothy Bragg.
And where'd she come from?
Wow.
We had a long audition to try to, because we were so high
that was tough.
that we didn't have a choice but to replace her.
Yeah.
That was
Really?
Have a step in, because we were booked like
And I couldn't go. My
couldn't
daughter
go.
said, "You cannot dance. Go sit down somewhere."
so.
We're gonna give you the real scoop.
Yeah, bring it to me. Come on.
Les, you family.
My doctor said,
Body.
"You cannot dance. You cannot do this. You cannot do that." She said, "If you go,"
I was paranoid.
my doctor said, "If you go, you can sit on a stool, but you cannot
And I
dance."
danced. And so what was that?
So after we filmed the Call Me video,
That was
it for me.
Wow.
Because even in the Call Me video, we didn't even know she was pregnant.
No,
No, I wasn't.
we didn't know. Is that why I was looking at her like?
You can tell.
Y'all
Yeah,
crazy.
that was the last inning.
And when we hit the ground running, we were, and she said she used to watch us on TV and all that. She was so mad. And we were like, oh, well.
Wow.
I was getting paid.
You know what? And she wanted to have that child,
Yes.
man. She wanted to have that child. Who can,
And
in retrospect, you know what I'm saying? That was part of my problem about a lot of things in the early years, because I'm like, this is all we have to do. This is the most important thing in the world, you know. And I really had to come off that horse, because people have to do what they need to do in their own lives. And we worked it out. We made it happen.
She came back.
Right. And the minute
when I came back.
that's right. So she said that you're gonna have the child with her.
That's
She
what
might as well bring her.
Here's the baby. I'm out.
She said, no, right, her husband, her poor
Yes,
husband.
my husband.
Here's the baby.
His mother was a nurse, so she was around. My
Our mom
mom
was around.
and my sister-in-law Myrna and my husband's friends, when they were every Friday night, his friends would come over and play cards. If my daughter said somebody was going up them stairs to pick her up,
She said we
She
weren't
had
doing
enough She said
Wow.
she had another uncle that was going to take care of her while I was gone, and both her grandmothers and her aunt. She was in good hands. The only thing I came back and she had earrings, and I'm like, whose baby is this? But she was fatter and she had earrings.
But she
like,
grew up.
who is this? Yeah.
Wow. Well, I never knew that. I never knew somebody took your place for a while. How long were you out altogether? How long were you out?
She was out. We started in.
Oh Lord, 3 months. Well,
3 months. Had to be 3 or 4 months.
4 months.
Okay.
And then
So-
she came back. She came back in April.
Because it wasn't until like the sort of the
April,
latter
May.
part. So you figure the video came out,
Right.
the song was released,
Right.
probably in
I
what?
was out
September,
September.
September, October.
We
Then
the
the
song
just
took
went.
off, and then we took off.
Yeah, the song just went to number one everywhere.
Almost like
Yeah, that was that was a major.
So quickly on
Yeah,
it was
right.
rising quickly.
By November,
everybody was.
By November, it was gone.
That was a major win for you guys.
Yeah, it was.
That was major. I'm gonna play it now. This is Call Me. Tell me if you hear it. Give me a thumbs up. There you go. Ladies and gentlemen, the ladies of Sky, Call Me. Their #1 hit. Took off like a rocket. Sorry, Dolores, but you wasn't there, but you came back. But it's all good.
Sitting here, couldn't up hear you talking to your best friend. Say, you're not satisfied. Things ain't working out with your girlfriend. So you're searching for someone new, someone to hold you tight, someone to treat you right. Though your girlfriend's a friend of mine.
right, all right. Yes. Major hit for the ladies. Yeah, that was number one, huh?
Yeah.
All over the world.
Yes.
I looked it up.
He said he looked it up.
I looked it up.
Fact checker, Bonnie.
That's right. I fact checked that, and that's legit. Yeah, that was a phenomenal record. Wow. So when that record, after that, there was a hiatus somewhere along the way, right?
Oh my goodness. So, interesting thing about the unsung is how, we had these highs and then there would be 2 or 3 years, where time would go by and nothing would be happening. So I want to say the album before that probably did not do as well.
But the Skyline.
But the Skyline, once Skyline came
we
out,
just
that
worked
that
a
was
long
just,
time.
yeah.
Okay.
That thing, yeah.
Okay. So how many years in
worked a
between?
lot.
How many years
So I
in
want to say
between?
it was 2 years. I want to say
2 years?
maybe a year and a half, 2 years. Yeah.
Okay.
And then Real Love came out
Right.
and started
after
calling and started romance, and we went right back out.
Yeah.
We was home and we thought that was it, and those came out and he was back out again.
Yeah. Wow. I congratulate y'all on a couple of things. Number one, keeping the legacy going. One of my questions has always been, how do you sustain this? I know that you like to sing, and I understand that part of it, but the business aspect of the craziness of this business, what makes you want to continue just to keep doing this, year in and year out? You ladies obviously don't have to do this. You're doing it, as you said earlier, because you want to do it. What makes you, is it just something in your blood? What is it that makes you still have that same drive? Because obviously you must still have that same passion. And I can see it on your faces and in your conversation that this is it's like when I play basketball. I'll be 63, but I still think I still love the game.
You still think you're 30?
You know what I'm saying?
20, anything.
Yeah, I play within my limitations, but I still play. I'm not gonna stop playing so I can't walk.
Yes.
Because the body in motion stays in motion.
Yeah.
And we
Same
love
thing with us. If we're singing, we're happy. If we're dancing, we're happy.
Right.
And it's not that we're not happy when we're not,
Right.
but we're happier. Because the day-to-day life is cool. Yeah, that's all very lovely. But and I tell people what I do day-to-day at my job, that's what I do. Being one of the ladies of Sky, that's my disguise. That's who I really am. Being at my desk is my disguise.
Right.
Being one of the ladies of Sky is
It's
who
who
I
you are.
really
Oh,
am.
that's great.
Right.
I like
so
that.
being at my job, I'm typing, I'm secretary, okay, I got you answering this phone, but that's my disguise. It's like Superman. He was my man and Clark Kent. But when
Go ahead now.
Superman, he put that outfit on and went out that hair. Same thing.
Right.
And we don't, part of what you said earlier is that we don't do this because we have to do it. We do it because we really enjoy it, number one. And number two, the thing that brought us out as Ladies of Sky was the demand to hear the music.
Right.
When you're still playing our stuff on the radio, that sort of behooves us to say, well, wait a minute, there's people behind that, And one of the interesting things about being Ladies of Sky, it has taken us a long time to brand that
Right.
and for people to make the connection between Sky and Ladies of Sky.
Absolutely.
Long explanation, Ladies of Sky. Oh, Sky. You remember the group Sky?
And then when they started hearing the records, then they were like, that's them. And I think it's because we had a love for singing at such a young age that it's just something that, like you said, with basketball, it's just something that stays with you, and we can never wait. When we're not gigging, we always say, I can't wait to get on the stage.
Because it's never been like a job for us, like a chore.
Right.
You know what I mean? To us, it's fun. Even when we were out on the road, the guys were amazed at how well we traveled.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because living out of a suitcase is not necessarily glamorous. Less glamour than you think when you're an everyday average artist. Beyonce probably driving, getting on first class and all that. Those people at that level are traveling comfortably. But when she did that documentary, and you get to see the work behind actually putting a show together. See, that's real. That's real. It is work. And some days you feel better than you feel other days. And at our age, you know what I'm saying? Some days we feel better than we do at other days. But we just really love what we do. And we work together to do it. There's no chafing. There's no rubbing. You know what I'm saying? There's no bad vibes or anything like that.
And it's now because we are self-contained. Right. Everything has to be put on the table. No, there's no decision that we feel should be made just by one person.
Got you.
You know what I'm saying? Because I may not feel that that's right.
We always have a meeting. I don't care what gig it is. I don't care how much money there's in me. Austin calls us. Everybody. That's right. This person called us and they want us to do this or they want us to do that. How do y'all feel about it? Are you available? You know what I mean? Is this going to work with
Makes sense.
schedule? That's how we operate.
Okay. Now you talked about Austin. Let's talk a little bit about Austin and his role with you guys.
Oh boy, that could interview over.
Yeah, we can talk to him and I can go.
Yeah. Bring Austin out. Let's bring Austin out for a moment. What did he just say?
Oh, you've been taking all that noise in the background.
All over the place.
I'm over here.
My brother, man. I see you amongst the ladies. Are you okay over there, man?
We're doing just fine because we are family and we do just fine in whatever situation that we're kind of put in front of.
Okay, now I heard Denise just talked about the correlation between Sky and the ladies of Sky, right? Now, as the person that handles a lot of the business in terms of getting calls and asking for them to perform here and there, and now you're dealing with this whole connection between the band and the ladies of Sky. Can you tell us a little bit about that? How that you have to work that? How do you do you have to convince people? Do you have to explain to them? How does that work for you as the person in between?
Well, first of all, as far as me being able to do whatever I do pertaining to the Ladies of Sky comes from the blessings of the band. So I want to start with my consultation always with my mentors and my elders, which will start with Solomon Roberts and Randy Muller. So everything we do is in the sunlight, so there's no real disconnect at any point in time, because the Ladies of Sky, in order to have doubled the time that Sky was actually in existence, is based upon the support of the band members. So we'll start with that. I think the greatest gift that we can possibly have been given as far as eliminating the disconnect has been the unsung. We've worked hard for that. We've worked hard just to get the attention. And I'll tell you something else. When they initially approached us, they called, they didn't call back. I think that we weren't energetic enough for them because drama means ratings, and we don't have the sex, drugs, and rock and roll for you.
Gotcha.
We just don't have it. So I think we were considered boring initially, but I think someone had to come back around. Someone in that room, someone in that board meeting came back around and said, well, hey, I didn't really realize that there was this connection between Sky and the Ladies of Sky. And I think that's primarily why they made it happen. It happened so well. And if you've seen the episode, which I believe that you have, anybody who watches the episode sees the foundation. They see the root in which the girls were brought into this organic fold, which became Sky through Randy Muller and Solomon Roberts.
Right.
From the beginning, so us having this privilege of being before you right now comes from the root. And the Ladies of Sky right now come from the fact that we've led a wholesome life. Everybody makes mistakes, but those mistakes were due to the changes in the music.
Mm-hmm.
But the Ladies of Sky are fine because they have a foundation. They've always had a foundation.
Right. Right. Okay. Now,
So so so. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
when you deal with the local, when you deal with promoters, individual promoters. Now, I know what you just said, beautiful thing, but let's get down to the real nitty gritty of these promoters that you have to deal with. You know,
Okay.
this is
Well,
let's get down to it. Austin, tell me.
Don't
well,
get it
well, I'll
started.
tell you.
No. We need to hear
I'll
this
try to be
because
calm.
listen, we need to hear that because one of the reasons to do
No.
this interview is simply to let these people know that these are legit entertainers that have been holding it down forever. And they are Sky, and they are the ladies of Sky. There is no disconnect. So I need to know that how you deal with them. How do you make that quite clear when they're giving you a hard time? Because not only are they giving you a hard time, they're giving you a hard time because the Bucks, they want to try to skimp on the money.
He's
And
holding
and and,
that
and, and I just want you to keep it real, brother.
I'll put it to you like this. Let's go right to.
Oh boy.
Let's go right to the man who seems to be laying it down, the man Andrew Cuomo. The basis of this conversation with you every day is, look, folks, what are the facts?
What are the facts? Just the facts.
That's right. And everybody wants something for nothing. All right? And you have to understand, and I hope this episode goes far beyond we could possibly imagine, because you have to understand that the Ladies of Sky are the last original female, oh well, not obviously, trio of sisters in existence. So I don't want to go into too much detail, but I want you to check my facts. And as far as no drama, no separation, no disconnect, or whatever, may be an obstacle, the Ladies of Sky, they're the last female group left that are blood related in a trio of sisters. Okay?
Okay.
So with that, I tried to take in phone calls from these promoters. It's gotten to the point to where when I get the phone call and I lay out whatever is being proposed, and I have my meeting with the girls, Bonnie says, Austin, don't beat him up too much now.
Or we're not doing that.
Right. But at least there's a willingness to listen.
You know what? Excuse me, there's always a willingness to listen.
Mm-hmm.
And like you said, when we put a number on the table, that number starts at how we get what we put out when we get on that stage. You can't really pay us enough to do what we do when we get on that stage.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And we give it our all. You never get half stepping from Ladies of Sky. You will never get half step from Ladies of Sky. And they have to realize that's makeup, that's hair, that's outfits, that's transportation. That's whatever we have to do. That money comes right back. That you put out.
And my big question is, what's left when it comes to the classic music game in its entirety? Right. What's left? Oh, we only have a few groups left. Let's give a mad shout out to Black Ivory.
That most definitely.
Okay.
Double exposure.
Double exposure.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm talking about groups that are out right now with all original members. You can't count them.
No, you can't. You can't.
And as it stands now, because of whatever personal obstacle that there may be, or disagreement, or just whatever the situation is, the last original set of groups, and I can tell you, they're less than you can count on your hand as far as original groups. Okay?
Yes, indeed.
Now, here we go. So now you mean to tell me now you're not willing to pay for authenticity? Because that's what we're selling as a product.
Yes.
Okay.
I agree.
And then we have the nerve to be decent folks on top of that.
Okay.
We're decent folks.
We're just decent folks. But then you try to play me. And that's where everything goes left. And I never want to burn a bridge, and I never want to have a disconnect to anybody that may have a better situation in the future. So I use the response of perhaps you might want to consider somebody else.
That's right.
Okay? Because I know that you promoters talk. So as soon as if someone is able to book you for a gig for $5,
right.
there's going to be a meeting amongst the promoters. Everybody's going to take a personal joy, especially in this Zoom era. Oh, they're going to Zoom. The promoters are going to Zoom in a minute and say, "I got them for $250."
That's right, and that's absolutely true.
And
that's right.
We would rather not take the gig
That's right.
than you to play us on our authenticity because, come on, isn't there a genuine level of respect that you and appreciation? We get more appreciation from the fans than we do the promoters, and the promoters are not making the connection that authenticity sells.
We will tell Austin, and we appreciate, like Denise said, Austin gets on that phone, he does a conference call, and we listen,
Mm-hmm.
and we listen, and then all of a sudden you'll hear us say, "Oh, we're not doing that." You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
because some people, some people come back to the well, one time too many.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? We understand if you're trying to you have a purpose, you're doing a fundraiser,
right.
if you're doing something that legitimately a benefit, right, something like that, then we can work with that. That's because hey, we're philanthropic people, and if you're doing something positive, you're talking about scholarships, or, you know what I'm saying? So we can operate on an in-kind basis. But if I know doggone well you got $125 ticket seats, how could you?
And
how could you come to us with less than what we deserve?
Absolutely.
Less than what we deserve.
3 years in a row. No,
and for all you promoters out there who may be listening, we don't do auditions. No auditions.
Are you kidding me?
Because what you would rather do.
No, you can't.
Exposure.
You would
What?
rather.
You'd
rather take a lineup at some point in time which once worked, and you want to run that same lineup because the promoters feel that the artist need the promoter more than the promoter needs the artist.
Right.
Okay?
Right.
And so, and then what you'll do, what do? You have the same venue, you can have the same lineup, so you switch them around. You switch them around a bit. Who's headlining, who's opening, or whatever the case may be. But I think that promoters right now are preying on levels of desperation based upon artists who were legends, who were heroes in this music game, but are just constantly disrespected. And we've been told to get on a bus or to get on any mode of transportation to go to California from New York, New Jersey. And I had to explain to the promoter, you can't pile up a bunch of girls as if you would pile up a band with equipment back in '75.
That's right. I don't even want to get in the car half the time to drive 45 minutes. You're talking about getting on a bus to go to California.
Right, and Bonnie and the girls.
Bus?
I can't. I'm trying to get to the gig.
The bus. The bus.
And you don't like to stop.
I don't like to stop.
It's different when we had a tour bus, but then
Right.
even after a while, that became
That's
the point
right.
where you want to sleep in a bed that's not moving.
Right.
Don't want to go in Truck Stop of America. Those days are over. So if you want me to be somewhere that's more than from here to
4 hours,
4 hours in a car, then you better be coming up with some plane tickets because the bus ain't trying to feel.
And
That's right.
it's just the fact that you are going to get, whether it's a 25-minute show
or an hour show,
you are always going to get your money's worth from Ladies of Sky. Oh, and I want to say this. Shout out to all the promoters who have respected that and have treated us with the highest regard.
That's right.
Once again, as you know, Les, you come into the family. See, once you're in the family with us, you know what I'm saying? Then that means you're going to come with the right number.
Right.
That's right. You know what I'm saying? You're not going to come with, do me a favor.
Yeah, do me a favor.
And stop. And because of such a large fan base that Sky/Ladies of Sky has, stop trying to equate the number with the amount of songs that they're actually doing. So rather than giving the fans, if you're a true promoter, giving the fans a full Sky experience for an hour, the promoter wants to know, well, how much for 45 minutes? How much are you going to charge me for half 10 minutes.
The same.
I mean, a 10-minute show. How much you gonna do?
For heaven's sakes, call me as 10 minutes.
It's like Chris Rock all over
Us
again.
coming
Yeah.
How
How much for a rib?
Right.
Can you put the Kool-Aid in my hand?
15 other people coming with us.
Oh man, what? Yeah, that's crazy.
I think it's all gonna change. You know, the game's gonna change because, like you said, promoters are hurting right now too.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, you know, we're here. We're ready to go. You know?
Okay, I know that's right. But see, you got a lot of promoters that do not do live acts. They do parties, and I'm talking about here in the New York area. They do these amazing big parties with 2,000 or 3,000 people. Where they want to put them at now? They don't have any experience, and they're not used to respecting the artists that actually perform. So they're going to come to you with a whole lot of nonsense because they don't respect. They're not used to paying, and they're not used to having these type of shows. They're used to paying $25, $20 to get in. You get the DJs, you dance a little bit, and that's it. Oh, that's her daughter. Hey, how you doing? All right.
She's about to head out.
Okay, all right, family. There you go.
Don't forget to take those books.
Yeah. All right.
So, you know what? I remember you. They don't respect law. All we ask is to respect the craft.
Respect the craft.
Respect the craft.
That's
you know
right.
what I'm saying? Just because we are not 20 and 24, you know, anymore, you will still get the 20 and 24-year-old show. We are still moving. We might have to oil up before we, you know what I'm saying? We might have to oil the knees. We might have to oil up, but you're still going to get that Sky experience. When the three of us, you know, it's a stage. You know.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? People say, oh my God, I can't believe that y'all still go up there and y'all still moving the way y'all moving. You know, we still give you a show.
Give the show.
That's what we pay for, and that's what we should get paid for.
Exactly, and I agree. Now, right now, what I'm going to do, I got to pay a little bit of the bills. Just sit tight for a minute. Let me run this promo, and I got to pay a little bit of the bills. Just hold on a moment, all right? Okay, ladies,
Wanda.
We're back, and I know I've had you a long time.
No, but
she's coming.
Yeah, no problem.
I had to say my last goodbye to my child.
Absolutely. Now I know
you. Got to drive to Pennsylvania.
Oh, really? Okay.
Also, only an hour and a half, and she does it like that.
Okay. How old is she? Oh, she's still there? I wouldn't have asked that question if she wasn't there.
No. Okay. She was born in 82.
Oh, I already know.
Touch me, baby.
All right, there you go. All right, there you go. Get home safely. No doubt.
You do the math.
Yes, indeed. My daughter's was 85, so I know what it is.
Right.
She was born in 1985. All right, look, we've been on here a long time, and I know you want to eat, but I just need one last thing. Love you back. I just need one last thing. I need a word of encouragement to the people out there, and then I want to know where we going. Where the Lady Sky? Where are we going from here? Where are we going? And then we're done.
Man, listen, my biggest word of encouragement to everybody out there is to not let yourself, get caught up in what's going on right now. These are unprecedented times. Right. Come on, we I was telling somebody that when we was growing up, polio was the disease, and we were scared. I remember being old enough to be afraid that it would happen to me, but I didn't know the bigger picture. I didn't understand what was going on, and that the actual vaccine was in our time, right? So I just want people to try to keep positive and try to use this time, as you said earlier, to kind of reflect on yourself.
Okay.
One of our good friends said that after he went through this bout with the coronavirus, that he learned that he needs to forgive people. He learned that nothing was that serious.
Okay.
And coming from him, I thought that was really.
He's a grudge holder.
Oh yeah, he's like me, a grudge holder. But you know what he said? I said, wow, I need to take that to heart. Because life is short, time is short, and you don't need to be holding on to all of that. And let's just be kinder to people in general. I feel so bad because I'm a big smiler, and so when I go places, and I try to let the person. I was in the grocery store yesterday. This girl, she was just in a bad mood at the ShopRite, and I just tried to let her know behind this mask I'm smiling, and I really want you to feel better. Whatever is happening right now, I want you to be better. So that's what I really wish for people right now.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? To just be better, feel better, try to stay happy, try to stay positive, and keep your joy.
Gotcha.
And I think what I want to say is, I want people not to let other people make them feel bad because they've gone outside of their home.
Okay.
I see a lot of it on Facebook where people are just, oh my God, you're going to the store. Oh my goodness, you're going to the pharmacy. Don't let other people stop you from feeling better, feeling okay about going outside and sitting on the bench, or going to the store, or going to the pharmacy. If you're protecting yourself or you're doing whatever you need to do to be safe, it's okay to go outside. Don't let people's opinion about you maybe doing those things destroy your emotional being.
Gotcha. Dolores.
Yeah, I'm echoing the same things that both Denise and Bonnie are saying. It's like you have to put yourself in a position to make your own peace. Okay, because you at every moment of the day, it's about your inner peace, your inner serenity, and what's going to keep you at a point where you're not going like that. You know what I mean? So if it takes going outside and getting, because even they tell you to get some sunlight, that's the vitamin D that you need to help your system heal.
Right.
Moving around, if you walk around the block with your mask on, for people who don't have cars, if you walk up the block to the bodega, that's keeping your body in motion. You cannot sit on the couch and just be like,
afraid.
You know what I mean? And being scared, that's the only way you're going to have a level of emotional health. Your body's going to be physically moving, okay? And you're going to have the sunlight that God provides for us every day. You need that.
And pick up the phone and call
somebody, right? Call if you feel
we started me and Austin get in the car, and we started the A people and B and C. We've been going down the list, just calling people and checking on people and
see how you do the same thing.
Yes.
I see your morning.
I see your morning.
Every morning. Every morning.
Stay in contact now more than ever. You know where they at. They in the house. Call them.
That's right.
Well, you have to. So, but that also keeps you involved in not only your personal peace, but it also helps somebody else.
Exactly.
Right. They're going through something and you don't reach out to them, then they're still going to be stuck. You have to, like DC said, go from your A to B to C to whatever, the alphabet in your contacts, people that you've been in touch with, all the folks that you reach out to on Facebook. You have to make yourself your own inner peace. And the only way that that's going to happen is if you give peace to other people.
Okay, that's great. That's great. Now, last thing, Laser Sky. We look forward to seeing you. We look forward to seeing you back on the stage. We look forward to music from you. I hope it's soon.
Well, we got a call from a young man recently who said he's working on some songs for us.
Okay.
We're open to that. You know what I mean?
Nice.
Just been waiting. We just been waiting for somebody to give us the right song.
There you go.
That makes sense in the context of who we are and how we want to represent Ladies of Sky, branding ourselves. So we'll see what comes of that. There are people who are coming up with some ideas about virtual shows. And as soon as we're comfortable and confident that they got it together. Yeah. I mean, we're open to that. Right. You know what I mean? And hey, we can't wait to get back out there. And, come before our audiences and our fans and our new fans. People that have never seen us before. That's right. To see what we do. We're running a lot of the older videos on Facebook page and stuff like that, just to keep folks, on top of what we are, who we are. So when somebody comes with the right thing, we'll be there. Yeah.
Okay, so now where can people contact you? Where can they find you? I know it's Facebook and stuff like that, but the direct contact, just give us your information.
So the direct contact would be, of course, Mr. Austin Kwame Wilkinson. And I will give out his phone number because that's all he does with that phone, 347-645-1061. We have the Facebook page, Ladies of Sky. We have the Instagram is the official Ladies of Sky, I think. You can reach out to my email address, LadySky, SKYY, people, LADY, SKYY2 @yahoo.com.
Okay.
And I have a Twitter also, but I never remember what that is.
Now I'll tell you this: I will continue to support you. I will continue to be your friend. I love y'all.
Man.
Love you back.
Love you
and I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna give you a hug right now. I'm gonna give you a hug, and we're gonna celebrate life and continue to move until the wheels fall off. And with that being said, let's celebrate. And I thank you for coming on, the Ladies of Sky. Remember, they are legit. They are the truth. They are pioneers. They are the Ladies of Sky. Okay, ladies.
All right, bud.
See you later.